Sometimes you got to be around while no one else is busy, no one else is working but you. The less people working, the less distractions they are. So we're discussing some things. It's really kind of open to interpretation, if you will. We got a wonderful night here. It's another lovely night. It's the end of what they call Mother's Day. I don't know how many of you guys out there celebrate Mother's Day. As much as I love my mother dearly, I saw something the other day and they asked if you was to live life again. I want to thank everybody in the chat, and I definitely want to encourage you guys to follow, like the chat. Um, we are right now on TikTok and not Facebook. I don't know why Facebook is always on my mind, but we are on TikTok and we're streaming on TikTok. And we are also streaming on YouTube. So I appreciate all of you guys joining in the chat. Definitely tap that screen. And when it comes to TikTok, we are at, I think, like 998 followers. So we're right there. We're at the finish line. We're at the finish line. And once we reach that milestone, which I know we will, and I expect to reach that milestone tonight, then you start another race. Then you move on, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. Same thing for YouTube. Aiming for 1,000. We've eclipsed 100 some time ago on YouTube, but aiming for 1,000. Definitely appreciate you guys liking the live. Definitely appreciate you guys sharing the live. We up now. We're up late. So I was saying, as much as I love my mother dearly, I saw something recently where they asked if you were to live again, if you were to come back in another life, would you want the same mother? Absolutely. I'm not one for Mother's Day. I do believe and fully understand what the Lord said about honoring thy father and thy mother and how you're supposed to do so all the days of your life. So I know a day that's set aside to necessarily honor any one of your parents. I do not believe that that is actually inspired by God. So I'm not really one for Mother's Day, but nevertheless, I love my mother. I'm very thankful for my mother. There's some things that my mother has done, which I really appreciate. And some of those things she did before I was born. Like, I'm the son of a married woman. My mother was married when she had me. I really appreciate that. Uh, I appreciate the comment. I definitely appreciate the comment. Um, but I'm thankful to my mother for that. Just being born to a married woman. I saw something some time ago in chat. I definitely want you guys to tell me. A matter of fact, it was last year. And a woman said, name a movie for an edit. Fried green tomatoes. I'll just say that. So I remember last year when it was Mother's Day, and I saw a thing where a woman was saying that single mothers deserve more on Mother's Day than anybody else. Do you guys agree with that? You guys agree? Again, I do not celebrate Mother's Day. And the reason being is because I believe what God said about you're supposed to honor thy father and thy mother, and that you're sounding like you're about to get misogynistic. How? Why? I don't know why you think that. If y'all hear me, if y'all hear me reading something, I'm reading the chat, which I definitely appreciate you guys. I definitely appreciate you guys for liking the live. I don't know what's misogynistic by saying I believe what God said about honoring your father and your mother all the days of your life. That's every single day. Nah, it's cool, man. Sorry, something else. I have to an idea what that is. Nah, it's cool. So, nevertheless, that's the reason why I don't celebrate Mother's Day. It has absolutely nothing to do against mothers. Mothers are a beautiful thing. Mothers are the entryway into life. You know, um, when you're born on the planet Earth, you're born through your mother. And I see that in England, if I'm not mistaken, the Supreme Court in England just ruled that a woman is what you are according to your birth. So that's how you determine what it is that a woman is. I don't know why it took the Supreme Court to reach that determination. I thought that was established in the beginning. I know what my mother is. My mother's a woman. I know what my wife is. My wife is a woman. And I know what my daughters are. My daughters are girls who will become women when they become adults. So I don't know what's the confusion in the world, but nevertheless, we living in a very, very strange, very, very strange time. So back to the point, I may be a little bit all over the place sometimes to chat, which I definitely appreciate. I feel the energy. But like I was saying, I saw last year that somebody said it was a lady. She said that single mothers deserve more honor on Mother's Day. And I want to know what you guys think about that. Do y'all agree? Should a single mother get more accolades or more praise? I want to know why, because I would think that a married mother, which really and truly are the origins of motherhood was simultaneously being a wife. That's just a fact. Life goes on and life takes on many changes and goes through many phases, so that's not always the case. But the origins, the inception of motherhood went hand in hand with marriage. I would think that a married mother has way more responsibilities than a mother that's not married. And not married meaning she's not in a committed relationship either. If you're a single mother, I would think you would have less on your plate than the married mother or the mother in a committed relationship, because the mother in the committed relationship has to deal with the affairs of the relationship and has to deal with her children. And the affairs of her relationship, she can't just brush off because either she has an attitude or her significant other has an attitude. See, when you're in a committed relationship, you can't really play those games. That's why so many people are afraid of the committed relationship, because of the responsibility that comes along with it. The responsibility of a committed relationship means you can't just easily tell a person who's coming home, oh, hey, don't come home tonight. I don't want to be with you anymore. It doesn't work like that, right? So many people just want the benefits of the relationship. That's men and women. Don't be fooled now. Don't be fooled to think it's just men. Don't be fooled it's just men who want the three-letter S word. No, it's women out here who want that just as much, if not more, than men. And if you don't know, it's either because you just don't know women or you're denying it. But it's women out here who want just as much as the three-letter S word, if not more, than men. Better believe it. But so many people, men and women, we only dealing with adults here. So many people, men and women, they don't want the relationship. They just want the benefits of the relationship, which is that three-letter S word. Let me just clean this off real quick. It's that three-letter S word, right? And I don't mind. I want to share that with the world. Three-letter S word. That's what we call it over here on this side, right? So to avoid the responsibility, that's what you got. Hookup culture is all about. Hookup culture is all about avoiding the responsibility of a relationship, of a committed relationship. but to just get the benefits. Because again, in times past, you were not active. You were not three-letter S word. It begins with an S and ends with an X. You were not three-letter S word active if you were single in the past. Did you guys know that? There's no such thing as hookup culture. Societies wouldn't allow you to get away with that because they knew that that would lead to the destruction of the moral fiber of that society if they even had any. Now, I'm an adult just like you guys, all right? I'm an adult, so that may sound wild to us because it's like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me we're supposed to live in a world where unless you're in a relationship, you're not involved intimately with anybody else? What's going on to everybody in the chat? I appreciate all you guys for liking the chat. I appreciate all you guys for joining the chat. If you didn't know, when it comes to TikTok, which we right now are streaming on TikTok and on YouTube simultaneously, we got the simulcast going. When it comes to TikTok, I think we're at 998 followers. So the hope and goal with all of the support that we're gonna take it over 1,000. We're gonna eclipse 1,000. I need you guys' support so I can be up here more. That's what I need. There's a lot going on in this mind right here, and there's a lot going on with the creative network of individuals, both young men and young women, older men and older women, who I want to bring to the stage. I want to bring to the forefront. I want you guys to be able to tap in to all of the creative people, all of the elegant brothers and sisters is out there in this world that you may not even know who they are, but they need that exposure. Well, how can I, the person who knows them, give them that exposure to you guys by you guys supporting this platform, right? Cast Their Crowns Inc. Write it on the board, send a mass email, write it at work, send a mass email, start a group chat, talk about how we talk about families over here, talk about how we don't get blinded by the tricks and the games that society plays on us. Talk about that. We're not afraid. We're not concerned about attention and how much attention is too much attention. That's not a concern of ours. That's actual problems that we want to have. So spread the word. Cast Their Crowns Inc. We've got entrepreneurs in the top. They're just waiting. They're waiting for you guys. They're waiting for an audience. We got entrepreneurs. We got artists. We have doctors, not internet doctors, not fake doctors, real doctors. Somebody who has their doctorate in a particular field. We got civil rights attorneys. We got music producers. Come on, man. We've got established authors. We've got public speakers. We've got athletes. We've got female basketball players, star athletes. We got male basketball players, star athletes. We got a lot. We got a lot of talented people that we want to bring to the forefront, but these talented people need to come and see an audience before them. So that's why we need you guys to tap that screen, double tap that screen, share the live, and let's get back to it. So again, the relationship component. In times past, people knew that if you were just to engage in physical interaction without the actual relationship, that societies will fall, communities will crumble, the moral fiber will deteriorate because that's whoredom. And that's what every society that had any bit of knowledge understood, that whoredom would be the destruction of the society. Because not only would you have 304s running around. You're going to have the tricks, the Johns, the solicitors, all of the people that want to engage, the men who want to engage in this activity without the actual committed relationship. And then as the world became more and more diabolical and more degenerate of a degenerate world that we live in, then they started to normalize it. They took that shame away, right? They took the shame. They started to say, are you slut shaming? When a slut is a shameful thing. If you're a slut, you should be ashamed of yourself. And if you engage in intimate acts with a slut, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's not growth. That's not sophistication. And this isn't preaching. This is just basic stuff. Would you want that for your daughter? Would you want your wife to come home one day and say, hey, guess what, honey? I'm a slut. Babe, guess what? I'm a slut. And what are you going to say? Oh, okay. Like, come on, this is absurd. Would you want your grandmother to come home and say, baby girl, guess what? Would you want Grandma Nana to call you and say, hey, guess what? Me and your granddad, we've been married a long time, but guess what? I want to be a slut now. I mean, come on. It's a shameful thing. To support it is shameful. To be engaged in it is shameful. This is not the direction of which you want your daughters to go. Your niece, your goddaughter, that's not a good thing. That's not a nice thing. It's not that bad. It's extremely bad. And what does it do for those that's involved in those activities? Does it help them? Does it benefit them? Even if they get gifts, even if the 304s out there are getting gifts from people, you know where they're at psychologically, mentally, and emotionally. You know where their children are at because sometimes they have children. Hello to you. What's that? Is that, oh, unicorn salute. Do you know that? This is what destroys a community. So here it is. You're talking about a mother and reverencing and giving honor to a mother while we're in a world that removes shame. You're supposed to look at your mother with high regards, high esteem, not on one day out of the year. Your mother's your first teacher. Your mother's your first person, and it's beyond a person. It's actually amazing. I'm just thinking about this for the first time. Your mother's your nourishment. Because once you're born on the planet Earth, you're not given a spoon. You're nourished off of your mother. That's who feeds you, is your mother. And she feeds you with her own body. Ain't that crazy? With her own body, with breast milk, she's going to feed you. Ain't that amazing? And that coding is in your body because when you were in the belly of your mother, you weren't being fed breast milk. You weren't being fed by your mouth. But the minute you're born, it's in you. It's already written within you because God is so magnificent that this is how you're going to be fed. Y'all double tap that screen. Don't just look at it. That sounds kind of crazy. But double tap that screen. Like the live. When it comes to TikTok, we're at about 998. It may be more now. I don't know. I'm not checking. 998 followers. And we should be hitting 1,000 in G-Stack. just like that. And that's one milestone that we want to celebrate with you guys. We want to go from 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000 to 500,000 to a million to 5 million to 10 million to 100 million to 350 million. I mean, why be here? If I didn't want that much attention, I could have just text people all night. But that's not what we're doing. We're here to interact with you guys. You guys provide energy. You guys provide feedback. So, yeah, that's the amazing thing. This is not a Mother's Day cast because, like I said earlier, I firmly believe mothers and fathers, like God said, deserve that honor all the days of their life. That obedience, that respect, not just on one day. So, nevertheless, the first meal you ever received in life was from your mother. That's amazing. The first teacher you ever had in life was your mother, is your mother. Now, some people here on this live, with all respect to you, some people never grew up with their mother. And that's okay. You're not less of a person. Now, it might not have been the easiest life, but nevertheless, you're not less of a person because God was so fair that you were able to make it to this day with the cards being stacked against you. So you didn't have that nourishment of a mother. You either had another loved one take care of you and bring you up, or you had some form of organization take care of you and bring you up. They played in that parental role. But that's how magnificent God is. You never should look at that and look at yourself as being at a disadvantage. You should look at yourself to seeing that's how much God didn't just leave you alone. He actually took care of you. It's just an amazing observation. So, all in all, I think it is of my opinion that a married mother has to take on the responsibilities of dealing with her husband and dealing with her children. Husbands aren't necessarily the easiest people in the world to deal with. And a wife, a real wife, would let you know that. Husbands sometimes can be difficult because they deal with the affairs out in the world. I appreciate all of you guys. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for following the live. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for following the channel, Cast Their Crowns Inc. Many wives would tell you it's not the easiest thing in the world dealing with a husband. Husbands sometimes could be grumpy. I don't know. I don't deal with husbands because I am a husband, but um, husbands could be grumpy. They could be irritable. They could have a what they call that eye, a wandering eye. They could work a lot, so they're never really home, giving their wife the time that she deserves. But he's got so much responsibilities to take care of the household and the children, he doesn't have time to be at home like that. And that's not the easiest thing in the world for a wife to have to deal with because she made the commitment and she dedicated her life to the duty of being a wife and the honorable, magnificent, majestic responsibility of being a wife who is the spouse to this husband, and then he may not be there as much as she would desire. Some cultures, a man has more than one wife. So, all of those things, when you take that into account, to do that and be a mother, especially if you're a mother of more than one child, that's not easy. That's not easy at all, right? So, I can't say that I agree with the notion that mothers who are single have more of a responsibility or deserve more praise or accolades than the rest. I can't necessarily say that. I mean, motherhood is hard enough as is. It doesn't get easier because of that. But you take on more responsibility if you have more people that you actually have to deal with. I mean, that's just common sense to me, but I would love to hear what you guys got to say. You know, that's how I look at it. I look at it as if you are a mother and you're dealing with that relationship and you're dealing with the relationship of your actual spouse, significant other, your committed relationship, you got a lot on your plate. More so than a person who just deals with impressionable children. And raising children are not easy. But guess what? As a parent, and if you're the female parent, the mother, you make decisions regarding the children. Bedtime, how much screen time they get, what school they go to. You can't do that with another adult. And another adult is you're trying to merge your way of thinking with their way of thinking to make the household better. That's not easy. That's not the easiest thing in the world to do. So I can't agree with that sentiment. But nevertheless, parenting is a beautiful thing. It's a serious job. It's a serious occupation. It's a serious duty and responsibility. And it's an honorable thing. And it's so great, as magnificent as God is, as wonderful as God is, as so many things, omnipotent, omnipresent, of all the things of what it is God is. And we know God is everything. What is one thing that He is? He's a parent, He's a father. Isn't that something? He could be the creator without actually being the father, but He's still a father. So He chose to be a parent. It's a beautiful thing. It's a magnificent thing. It's a great responsibility. Great responsibility. It's not something that everybody actually becomes, right? Everybody doesn't become a parent. You have people who want to be parents and they never end up being a parent for a variety of reasons. And you have people who don't want to be parents, and guess what? They become parents, right? So if you're involved in the activity to bring you into parenthood, you could easily become a parent, but you can very easily not be a parent. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Definitely. Your name is Harry. Harry, happy birthday. I definitely thank you for being you up late, Harry. Unless you're in a part of the world where it's early. Y'all say happy birthday to Harry. You know, another day on the planet Earth. Another day seeing the sun, seeing the sunrise and the sunset, seeing the moon. Another day of the rotation of the planet Earth. Harry is there. Definitely happy birthday to Harry. Matter of fact, cheers. Everybody, happy birthday to Harry. Happy birthday. So, yeah, man, parenting is not easy. That's why it's never good when people come on the internet and talk about parenting like it's a joke. Like it's just something, oh, I just do it. I don't need another parent. Of course, you need another parent. Without the other person, you wouldn't even be a parent. So obviously, you need the other parent because the children need the other parent. And there's a difference between need and what can happen. and what's possible. Possibility and needs are not the same thing. I can live without one arm, but I need that arm. I can live being in debt of that need and lose my arm, God forbid, but that doesn't mean I don't need it. How do you know that you need it? Because it was given to you. That's how you know you need it. It was given to you. We have two arms, so we need them. There is a use for them. Our children have two parents, so they need them. That's how they were able to be children. They would not have been children had it not have been for two parents. Those two adults, we only dealing with adulthood here. Those two adults became parents simultaneously. At the same exact time, those two adults became parents. That's just a system we cannot break. We can't break that system. So it's our responsibility to embrace that actual system, to celebrate one another for the parts we play in that system. It doesn't need to go to court. Just acknowledge, recognize, appreciate one another. Men should appreciate and value women, and women should appreciate and value men. You do need men, and men need women because we need one another. We're showing gratitude here, we're showing appreciation. You have women who will get on stage and say, "We don't need a man, we don't need y'all." It's very easy to say that once the roads have been paved and there's elevators. It's very easy to say at that point, now all of a sudden you don't need men, but you still need men. Some people say the fact that women would say that they need men or they don't need men, and men will then bring up the three-letter S word to bring in creation. What's going on? They would say that that's low, that's trivial. I don't know what's trivial about life, but nevertheless, to some people it is. But over here, we appreciate life. We value life. We thank God, the creator of life, for life. I appreciate all of you guys for joining the chat. Want to say what's up to all of you guys. Double tap the screens, share the live. Let me get a little closer so I can see what's going on here. It's a beautiful night. What's going on? I'm cool and Hunter. I'm enjoying my chocolate. No, this ain't chocolate chip. These are oatmeal raisin. My oatmeal raisin cookies, quite possibly my favorite cookie on the planet Earth. There are many good cookies out there. I don't know if you guys ever had a cranberry orange. Where are you from? I was born in South America. That's where I'm from. But I'm a U.S. citizen born abroad. So I was born with two birth certificates. I was a U.S. citizen born in another country. India, salute. I hope you're safe. I don't know if you're being impacted by the conflict. For those of you who may not know, India is in a conflict right now, a conflict of arms. Hopefully, you are doing well. I appreciate people who support me and take the time. to communicate with me, you're safe. That's good. So Hunter is safe, everybody. I am here in the United States of America for now. My aunt just came back from Italy. I need to join her next time she goes. No, she wasn't. She was in France, I hope. And we were talking the entire time she was out there. I hope she was in France. Nevertheless, she was abroad. And I hope that next time she goes, I go. Oatmeal raisin. I love raisins. What do you do for a living? This is what I do for a living. It doesn't keep the lights on yet, but it will. Um, I'm a part of this company that you see. The name that you see, Cast Their Crowns Inc., is a corporation. Cast Their Crowns Incorporated. And I have a part in that. That's what I do. Amongst many other things. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Hunter. Happy birthday to Hunter. Happy birthday to the people that are out there whose birthday it is. I hope everybody has a peaceful night. I hope everybody made it home safe and sound. I hope all of the lovely ladies that got out of work late made it home safe. There was no creeps following you, right? I hope you got to your car safe. There was nobody watching you. And you made it to your destination safe and sound. I'm safe. I hope you guys are safe. So, back to what we were discussing. Parenting is a beautiful thing. Everybody doesn't want to be a parent. Should everybody be a parent? That's a good question. Should I hope you have a good night, brother. Jesus loves you. I appreciate that, Aiden. I hope I said your name correct. Lord willing, his love is bestowed upon you. I definitely thank you for those beautiful wishes. I thank you for that. Definitely do. Hope all of you guys are well out there. I appreciate people, I must say, for a significant part of my life. Even still to this day, I'm not necessarily a people person, but I know how to deal with the crowd. And the more you understand yourself is the more you understand people. Want to say what's up to Anthony out there. Want to say what's up to Luis. Want to say what's up to Mister. Want to say what's up to Muhammad. Want to say what's up to YF23. Definitely thank you, all of you guys, for joining the chat. Y'all double tap that screen. Y'all share the live. Y'all like the live. Like I said earlier, for those of you who just joined, we are about at the 1,000 milestone, 1,000 followers on TikTok. Right now, we are simulcasting. We are on TikTok live. We are on YouTube live. Cast Their Crowns Inc. Of course, you know you can catch this live again on YouTube when it is posted. But we are on TikTok right now. And we are about at 1,000 followers. So I want to show appreciation and thanks to everybody, all of the men, women, and younger folks out there who have followed us throughout this time. We've definitely taken the scenic route. We moved at a snail's pace, as they would say, to get to 1,000. We were on, we were putting out content, we weren't putting out content, we got back to it. We had things going on in life that was making it difficult. We have so much more stuff to actually show you guys. Like, we got a lot of stuff. We got so much content, so many things happened behind the scenes, and it was actually captured so you guys can see the forces that we have to deal with, the negative forces and the obstacles that we actually have to go through in life. We're going to share that with y'all. And the reason why we're going to share that with y'all is because y'all go through it too. And then, like it used to be said of the Warriors, which hopefully Steph Curry comes back, there's strength in numbers. So when you know and understand that other people are going through certain things that you may be going through or you have gone through, it should give you some form of strength and stability. And we've been through a lot. Your brother been in court a lot. A lot. And the devil has been throwing deals at me. A lot of deals, a lot of deals, constantly. Deal after deal. I've sat down at the table and looked the devil in the eyes. And he said, "Hey, I'm offering you this. Take it." And I said this, "You keep it." So there's a lot going on, right? And there's a lot of things that have happened behind the scenes. And at the right time, I'm definitely going to share that with you guys so you guys can understand. There's been a lot of police activity, court cases, judges. I mean, just non-stop, non-stop. Obstacles, opposition, faced with nothing but negativity. They try to bury me. But by the grace of God Almighty, I'm here. I'm here, right? I'm here. And I can't be here by myself. If it was up to other people, I wouldn't be here. But the good thing is that it's not up to them. It's up to, as they say, the man upstairs, the man above, the supreme being. Do I watch anime? I don't. Not that doesn't mean I've never seen it. I just don't watch it. I don't have any set thing that I actually watch. My life is very complex, so it's very difficult for me to follow things. I used to be a big sports fan, basketball, football, and now I just got to catch highlights. And in the playoffs, I can't even watch it during the regular season. It's, things just happen like that. So no, I don't watch anime. I would. I'm not opposed to it. I would. Do you? I don't really know too much about anime. I don't. Who's that? A cricketer. The name did look a little bit familiar, I must admit. Um, but you gotta remind me. I was asked by Hunter, everybody. Hunter's out in India. I was asked by Hunter if I was familiar with that particular cricketer. And if those, oh, you watch a lot of anime, that's what's up. For those of you that don't know, cricket is a game. It's not exactly like baseball. You wouldn't. I don't think. I don't think baseball. It's very. Um, is bowling from cricket? Hunter, maybe you can help me out. Bowling and baseball, are those spin-offs of cricket? There's a lot of sports out there in the world that many people aren't really familiar with, like netball, cricket, what do they call it? Lawn bowling. polo. There's a lot of sports that takes a great deal of athleticism, but we typically just know football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. But most parts of the world, no, there is a lot of a difference between cricket and baseball. Yes, I'm asking, is baseball a spin-off of cricket? Like is baseball the American version of cricket? I learned baseball by watching. Ooh, I didn't see that. But yeah, but I want to know that. Like, is baseball the American version of cricket? Like, I'd gather that football, American football, for my international crowd, because most people, football, footy, is what is called soccer in America. But I would gather that American football is a spin off, a variation, a mimicking of rugby. Is that true? Was rugby around before American football? I would believe so. Cricket is established by England. If cricket is established by England, I won't be surprised if they stole it. No disrespect to the brothers and sisters out there in England, but if cricket was established by England, I won't be surprised if they actually stole it. Because I do understand that established doesn't mean created. Established is like trademarked. Do I have an Instagram? I do. I am never on it. I used to be on it from time to time, and I got uh, bad at it. So, but we do. It's I believe it's Casted Crowns Inc. on Instagram, but I don't. It's not a lot of activity. The places where we're most active is TikTok and it is YouTube. Like cricket is founded by England. Yeah, you see those words, founded. You know what founded means, right? And I know you, Hunter. I know you know what founded means. You can't find something unless someone else created it. So if someone else created it, they already know what it was. TikTok is banned in India. Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I never knew that. But if you find something, someone else created it, and if you think about it, someone else probably lost it. So England gets the credit for it, but they didn't start it. You're not finding something unless it's already there. You meet good people in YouTube. That's good. That's good. I mean, that's what we should use social media for, networking, coming across positive people, people that can help you in your particular field and what it is that you're interested in. Hopefully, that's what it is that people are doing. That's what's up. Hunter said that's me. I thank Hunter because Hunter met me on YouTube and I met Hunter on YouTube. And that's one of the good things about it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I know that game. My kids used to talk about that game all the time. My sons, PUBG, for those of you who don't know, Hunter asked me if I know the game PUBG. PUBG! But yes, I definitely know that game. I don't even know if I've ever even actually seen it, but I do know the game. PUBG. It's early in the morning here in the United States of America. We are in communication with our good friend Hunter Jin in India, and you guys in the chat here on TikTok, which is banned in India for your naughty behavior. But which game do I play? None. Certain things about me may come off as very boring. And that might be a good thing. Reason why I'm saying that might be a good thing is because I won't attract unnecessary attention. I do not like unnecessary attention, especially negative attention. So when things are exciting, um, you're gonna attract certain attention, and that attention is actually disruptive to your life. Um, but I do have some exciting things, but I'm not gonna do it alone. So this way, others can get the attention, and I can move into the background. You know, you like my hair? Thank you. I appreciate that. It was just done last night. I was supposed to get this done here. Um, I have well, I don't know if I should say it, but the person who was gonna do it, they told me they were unavailable after I paid. I got the refund though. I've been growing my hair 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Um, it's short now, but my hair is up to here. You can't tell, but it's up to here. When it's like this, you wouldn't be able to tell. Thank you everybody for joining in the chat. Everybody on TikTok, everybody on YouTube, Hunter and all of the rest watching in India, Afghanistan, Pakistan. You want to grow your hair long? That's right, grow it long. Pakistan, New York, New Jersey, Chicago, Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, Puerto Rico, Romania, Veracruz. I want to thank everybody for joining the chat, everybody for tapping the screen, everybody for sharing the live. Messi or Ronaldo? That's what David asked. Messi or Ronaldo? I'm gonna go with Ronaldo. That's who I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Ronaldo. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm still gonna go with Ronaldo. However, there's things about Ronaldo that I can liken myself to, but then there's things about Messi that I can liken myself to. But I'm gonna go with Ronaldo. I'm gonna stick with that one. Ronaldo. I need just as much followers as Ronaldo, if not more, for everybody that's out there. In this beautiful let me take the time out. You guys like this cup? I think it's an absolute work of art. I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. Handcrafted for yours truly, for my good people from Mexico. Beautiful thing. I love Mexico. I love the country of Mexico. I love the people of Mexico. I've spent a lot of time at the border of Mexico, a lot of time. I get a lot of good food from Mexico. In here, I have limes and blueberries, believe it or not. Lime and blueberry. This is also from Mexico where I have my oatmeal raisin cookies. And believe it or not, I've had this for years and I've never used it until tonight. Never used it until tonight. So let me show you guys my setup for tonight. Some things we're going to see. It's been so long, I don't even know what we're about to see. So we're going to go through it together. So like I said, my pot for my beautiful people. We got a cup for my good people in Mexico. This is a candle. I am a candle man. What fragrance is this? Sparkling kiwi. That's what this one is. I love candles. I'm a scent person. So I always have a candle going or a certain fragrance or a smell, excuse me, for those of you on TikTok if I was off camera. Pardon me. This is a miniature globe. I like it because it's golden, because the earth is precious. South America, North America, Central America, Africa, Asia, Europe, Australia, so this is my globe. Fleur de lis, also the symbol of the saints. The saints, those that have a close relationship with God Almighty. Fleur de lis. This right here, for those of you who might have seen it, I bought that painting many, many years ago. I don't know if I bought it from the actual artist. I believe I did. But I love that painting. As you see, the man and his wife, I'm guessing that's his wife, or they're both in the same band. And they're performing. And I really just love that picture. I've had it a very long time. I'm proud of myself for being able to have it. And guess what? It never ever had glass. It's never had glass. So I've been able to protect it all this time without glass on front. And seeing that I'm sharing that with you guys, I guess that means I should definitely go ahead and get the glass for it. But that painting right there, I don't know the name of it. Uh, Maybe before the next live, I'll look at the back and I'll get the name, or if I can find some information about it. But I really love that artwork right there. This right here is a cigar box. I did buy this some time ago as well. Never any cigars. I don't smoke. Um, so there's no cigars in here. Ponce de Leon Maduro. It would be cigars that were handmade in Honduras. Shout out to everybody in Central America. But there were no cigars in here. I even used to keep a Bible in here. And I went to 4040 before. I don't know if 4040 is still in business, but that was a club that Jay-Z operated. I don't know. Wow. I just found a watch in here. So we're going to go through this cigar box together. I'm going to take this watch off. I'm a watch guy. I do like watches. So if you ever wanted to buy me a gift, watches are nice. Double clasp. 1, 2. I did not know this watch was in there. It's actually cold. What do we want to look at first? I have some cards in this box. Let's look at this. If y'all can see that, it says NBA All-Star Collector Set, Utah All-Star Weekend, February 19th to the 21st. So that would have been the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 1993. Wow. 1993. So what's that, 22 years old? Or am I wrong? Boy, wait a minute. 1993 was that long ago? Wow. Wow. I never would have imagined that that was 32 years ago. That's crazy. Anyway, let's see who's in here. In this card set, it's NBA All-Star Heroes. This is the NBA All-Star Collector set. I have not been in this box in a very long time. So first card, I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them, but we got, can y'all see that? Nate Archibald, also known as Tiny. He played on the Kings, played on the Celtics, played on the Celtics when he was up in age. I think he won a championship with the Celtics. He led the league in scoring and assists. Tiny Archibald right there. He's number 1. We got Elgin Baylor. These cards are basically like in mint condition. Elgin Baylor right there. Elgin Baylor, for those of you who don't know, was on the Lakers for a long time. Then he was in the front office of the Clippers. So he went from the Los Angeles Lakers to the front office of the Los Angeles Clippers when Donald Sterling, who used to own the Clippers, Elgin Baylor was in the front office. He might even have been the coach, but don't quote me on that one. But nevertheless, Elgin Baylor's numbers are crazy. Elgin Baylor's numbers as a basketball player are insane. He is a very, 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 very good basketball player, legend, Hall of Famer. Unfortunately, I do not believe he's a champion as far as winning a championship. This gentleman right here, the Big Dipper, that's how he's known in the streets of Philadelphia. Dip, not Wilt the Stilt, but Dip. Wilt Chamberlain, a phenomenal basketball player, an amazing athlete, a phenomenal volleyball player. For those of you who don't know, he is the third card in this set, Wilt Chamberlain. We got another Hall of Famer, NBA champion. He's definitely overlooked, one of the premier big men of his generation, Dave Cowens. Hopefully, you ladies, I probably put all of the women to sleep or they done swipe right. Dave Cowens. Y'all don't forget to double tap, share the live. One of the basketball players to ever grace the court is right here. NBA legend, Hall of Famer, champion, Walt Frazier. Number 5 in this NBA All-Star Heroes. Get it on TikTok, Walt Frazier. Get it on YouTube, Walt Frazier. NBA legend, champion, announcer extraordinaire. One of the greatest men to ever grace the basketball. ABA glory, NBA glory. The Iceman himself, George Gervin. George Gervin, for those of you who don't know, is an NBA champion. He did win, he's an ABA champion and an excellent basketball player. Also played with Michael Jordan on the Chicago Bulls in the latter end of his career. He's also somebody who, when people watch Kevin Durant, they're very much reminded of George Gervin. This is another standout Hall of Famer, basketball extraordinaire, John Havlicek, multiple champion, Hall of Famer, very, very good numbers, very good basketball player, premier player of his generation, John Havlicek. One of the greatest big men to ever play the game is next. I'm going to have to go through these pretty quickly. I don't think I can get through all of them. Elvin Hayes. There he goes. Elvin Hayes. Definitely premier big man, Hall of Famer. I'm going to show you 2 more, and then I'm going to move on quickly. The big O, not that O that you guys are thinking of, but Oscar Robertson, average a triple-double. NBA champion, alongside with Lou Alcindor, better known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Average a triple-double. His shorts right here are wild. Look at that. Wow. That's what you call shorts. Anyway, one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. Some people have him as the greatest point guard to ever play. And then the logo himself, Mr. Jerry West, Mr. Laker, who did consultant work with the Clippers, if I'm not mistaken. No, Jerry West was working with the Warriors, right? And definitely Memphis, not the Clippers. Jerry West, y'all. The logo, NBA logo. More of the modern NBA. Charles Barkley, Sir Charles, round mound of rebound, one of the greatest power forwards to ever play the game. From the state of Alabama, went to Auburn. Charles Barkley. He had like 22 rebounds in the All Star game. So all of these guys had magnificent All Star games at one point or another in their career. All right, I'm gonna get through a couple. Then we got Brad Daugherty. You know, this is the thing. If you're a person who's watched the NBA for some time, Brad Daugherty, number 43, after, of course, the legendary NASCAR driver. That's why he picked that number. Brad Daugherty went to the University of North Carolina. I'm not sure if he's from North Carolina itself, but then he also got into NASCAR racing. Brad Daugherty is an NBA center who's an NBA legend. I don't believe he's in the Hall of Fame, but he's an NBA legend. He's definitely a Cleveland Cavaliers legend. Brad Daugherty is the type of player where you look at his numbers back then and he put up good numbers, but he wasn't among the elite centers to recognition. But the five spot, the center position in the NBA, has gotten so weak that somebody like him would completely obliterate today's NBA. Brad Daugherty. We got, I think, two more. And I'm going to end it at that. All right, yeah. Three more. Clyde Drexler, one of the greatest shooting guards to ever play in the NBA. Drafted in, I believe, 1983 to the Portland Trailblazers. Then eventually he ended up with the Houston Rockets, where he joined his college teammate, the Dream, and became an NBA legend. It's Clyde the Glide. Then we have one of the greatest centers to ever play the game, Georgetown Hoya, New York Knick, Patrick Ewing. The Knicks are in the semifinals round. So Patrick Ewing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. It's getting late. Well, it's been late. After this gentleman right here, we're going to narrow it down. None other than Michael Jeffrey Jordan, born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in the wonderful state of North Carolina. I believe he left Brooklyn, New York at the age of 2 and moved to North Carolina, which not only was he raised and educated in, he also went to school there. So that's the NBA All Star Heroes. There's so much more, but I'm gonna have to start narrowing this down. You got Brad Daugherty, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Oscar Robinson, Nate Tiny Archibald, NBA champion, I believe, led the league in scoring and assists. You know, an assist means your teammate scored. So if you have 10 assists, that means you got a minimum of 20 points that you're responsible for. Minimum. Minimum. And that doesn't even take into account how many points you got. So if you had 10 points and 10 assists, that means you're responsible for your team scoring 30 points. So Nate Tiny Archibald, NBA legend. So that's what's in that cigar box. And on the back, it tells you all of the players in this pack. I'm just going to do three quick things. Hologram. This is Upper Deck. Hologram deck. Wow. I haven't opened these things in a very long time. So that's what the first card looks like, which I think looks just like the box. Yeah, it looks just like the box, except for the hologram image. So first we got none other than one of the greatest small forwards to ever play the game. One of the smoothest, if not the smoothest, but one of the most, if not the most, ferocious dunker, two-time NBA slam dunk champion, none other than, and this gentleman right here was born in Paris, France, if I'm not mistaken, none other than Dominique Wilkins, NBA ambassador, NBA legend, Hall of Famer, Dominique Wilkins. Hologram card. Check that out. So we got y'all know who that is. Michael Jordan. So that's what these are. So much more. But we can't go through all of them tonight. We gotta slow it down. We gotta slow it down for the ladies, you know? Two more. What's going on, Edge? How you doing? It's Edge on the YouTube chat. We going through a cigar box. No, I don't smoke cigars, but this is what's in there. So this right here, if y'all don't know what this is, these are stickers. I'm cool. How you doing? You catching us at the very end. So these are stickers right here, and these stickers that you see Yes, you see their Nike stickers. It was a particular ad back with these Jordans. Please don't make me make a fool of myself and misrepresent the number. But back with these particular Jordans, there was a ad, and that right there is Marvin the Martian, and then you got Bugs Bunny right there, and of course you got Michael Jordan, the GOAT. But this right here, as you see, is these stickers. But why and how do I have these stickers? I was in the Michael Jordan flight club as a kid. So being in the flight club, there was various things that I got from Michael Jordan and that team. That's just one of the things. I got so many other things, but you know, that's what's in the cigar box. Okay, last and not least, we got a prized possession. I'm from South America, my friend. Last and not least, we got a prized possession, which we go in 360 degrees, going back to my mother. No, this was not a Mother's Day show, but mother's. You see that? Stars of the Negro League. When blacks were not allowed in Major League Baseball, they had a baseball league of their own. What help do you need? So I'm just going to show you guys a few of these cards that I got from my mother as a kid. My mother bought me Negro League cards and clothing. I had two Negro League jackets. One I still have to this day. I definitely hope that you get it. Various Negro League players. Certain players in the Negro League, they didn't just do well in the Negro League, but they did so well that they're known across the board. Cannonball Redding, for those of you who don't know. This is a professional league. There's one, if I can find them. But if not, I'll have to call it a wrap and get to it another time. But this right here is the greatest pitcher of all time. The absolute greatest pitcher of all time. I have his jersey. His name right there, ladies and gentlemen, is Satchel Paige. That's the greatest pitcher of all time. And his jersey, which I have this team jacket, is the Kansas City Monarchs. That's his jersey. He is the greatest pitcher of all time. I believe he joined the Cleveland Indians and he was extremely old when it comes to baseball years when he joined that team. Many players in here. Salute to all of these legend right there. Cool Papa Bell. If you know, you know. Cool Papa Bell. I was looking for one more, but he might not be in here. But he is the NBA, excuse me, Negro League leader in home runs. And here he is. He's also the professional leader in home runs, whether it's MLB or whatever, because he has the most home runs, over 900, which is greater than any home run king. And his name is none other than Josh Gibson. And then on the back is basically the bio for these players. I don't expect y'all to read that, but just showing y'all. So my mother gave me this, and I've taken care of it. I'm very thankful for her getting me this pack of cards. Stars of the Negro League. A lot of history right here. It's from California. I was trying to see the date. Wow. 1990. That's amazing. So you got that right there. Negro League. NBA All-Star Collector Set, 1993. It was released in 1993, but it's these players that had these legendary games throughout their careers going back for decades, even before 1993. And then you got the Holla Jam. Sean Kemp, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, many other NBA legends, greatest 75 of all time. So those are just some things that's in this cigar box, which no, I don't smoke cigars. Along with the Michael Jordan Flight Club, which I was part of as a kid. I got a NFL Legends rookie card in there. I'm not going to share it with you guys. Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. But I'm not going to share it with you guys. Nevertheless, beautiful thing. Earrings in there, all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for being up late with me. I definitely do. It's been a beautiful live. Want to thank all of you guys that have been here with us from the very beginning all the way throughout. We had Hunter all the way from India. Hunter said he's doing safe and sound. All of the turmoil that's going on in India and the warfare is not affecting him as far as his safety. He seems to be doing all right. So we're thankful for that. And we're thankful for all of the rest of you guys for joining the live, double tapping that screen, sharing the live, liking the live. And at this point, I'm pretty sure we have reached it. So we've reached an hour in the day where it's time to settle down. It's time to take it easy. It's time to relax. It's time to call it a night. We started off with about 996 or 996, or excuse me, 997 followers on TikTok. I'm pretty sure we've reached 1,000 at this point, and I'm thankful for you guys to be able to join us as we've achieved and eclipsed this milestone. And we are here on YouTube as well. And I want to thank you guys for liking the live, for checking the live, for sharing the live, and for subscribing on YouTube. So we definitely look to be doing this more. Tonight was just a night we got on pretty late. Wanted to check in with you guys. Hope all of you guys are safe and sound. We are over here. We're going to call this a night. It's a wrap. And we definitely hope everybody has a lovely day and a lovely night. So appreciate every one of you guys. Casted Crowns Inc. Live on the set, live and direct, live on the set is no more. Gotta catch the replay on YouTube, guys. Appreciate y'all.